tweaked the noise gate settings on my mic, so hopefully I won't be cutting out anymore, but yet you still won't hear me breathing, but we'll see. I'm probably going to have to dig into that a little more detailed. I kind of just copied the settings I'm using from what I was using on TeamSpeak. So, tonight's day 7. This is our first real weekend one. Day 1 doesn't really count because they don't do it as hard on day 1 as they do the rest. So, I'm thinking we'll get a decently challenging one. But, I mean, we'll get a harder one than we have. Maybe like a maze solving or an optimizer or something. All right, more power amplifiers in series. Good, we're running encode again. All right, which was the last encode? That was day 5, right? Yep. First, just running as for current phase setting. Amp needs phase setting. Wait. Amplifier control software is our puzzle. Okay. Start. Oh. Copy that over here. Okay. 7, part 1. Oof. That go a ways. So we're going to run this on a series of different amplifiers. We'll first use an input instruction to ask the amplifier for its current phase setting. Phase setting. One to 4. We'll then call another input instructions to amplifiers. So we have 2 inputs for the program. One is a phase setting and one is an input signal. Get the correct output signal. Instruction. So I need to try 0 through 4 across the various ones. Program will then call another input instruction. Amplifier's input signal. Correct output signal. Apply it back. Amplifier with an output signal. I don't understand what that last part means. If the amplifier has not yet received the signal, it arrives. For the phase setting, which would be setting to, then you could from the output to copy that will run on A at its first input section. Put it phase setting. Why do I know that that's the input signal? The amplifier's output signal. Got it. Okay, so we do chain them together. Okay. The other interesting part here is we have array of input and okay, and provide the okay. So no, we're not. No, we're not. Okay, so that's data. Russ. Oh yeah. Data. So we'll pass in the program. Oh. yeah, whatever. Pass in the program and the phase settings, and then we will chain the series of them together. Bar is 0, or no, input signal. Signal 0. So then we have to, once for each phase setting, we run this. While phase setting is 0, we'll wait to array. Everybody gets their own private copy. Then for inputs, we send null and phase setting 0. Our output full. Input signal becomes value in the output. Output out 1. Yeah, I just want to stop early if we see something weird going on. And then we want to shift phase setting. Okay. So then I just need to generate all possible combinations of thruster settings. There's a clever way to do this, but I'm lazy. And out 5. I have a feeling that number is going to go higher on our next thing through. Oh, well, yeah, anyway. Out. We're gonna do this the weird way. Oh, yeah, that's. Yeah, I guess we'll. 4, 5. A feeling part 2 is going to be. Oh, and by the way, do it for 1 billion, but whatever. No. Continue. No. It's not going to be amazingly fast, but it should work. And and what is the highest signal? Okay. Where's this? Stay. Fill in our test settings. Drop the new lines because I'm sensitive to that. Because it's not exactly amazing quality code. It should just get the job done. Be relatively quick, right? Really the point with these. Nice. We crashed out right away. Line 42. So I have no outputs. Oh, because I didn't increment everything correctly. 3, 4, 5, 5, 4. I did something wrong here. Oh, I put them in the wrong order. I think, right? First value is the phase setting, not the input signal. Oh, still broken as everything. Phase setting 0. I send an input signal. Output becomes that. Alright, so we break out, we explode right away. Right? The full int code thing, right? Yeah, because this is the full one using position mode and immediate mode and all that fun stuff. Three and 0 is what I sent. One, two, 4, and it breaks right away. Input and output. Oh, yeah, $sign. We don't even get to hear. Alright, maybe the thing I changed with inputs I did wrong. I take the first input value and then I skip one. That seems to be right. How far I get before I explode. Wait, 99. Isn't 99 to exit? Did I seriously not actually make it exit? Oh, I said return. Why do we keep going? Oh, wait a second here. The first program exits, then we run wrong. Oh, you know what? I wonder if maybe it doesn't. It's the array to array is not reset, is not cloning. Was it crashing. Okay, I don't think my output is working. I thought it was. I don't think my output thing here is working correctly. Let's just extra logging at the output point. We're writing 0 from 12. Our instruction pointer's at 12, so we're at 1, 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. 12 is right. 13, 14, 15 is 0. 0 comes out and feeds in here. Writing output 1. Oh, because we don't have to write 0 anymore. We're allowed to do multiple. I was being too. I copied over the error checking that I had from before. All right, so running now. Take these out because console write lines are a little expensive, especially if you write out every opcode you execute. Correct, 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 correct. Ugh. Overzealous error checking burned me. Ugh. Okay. Feedback loop, nice. Oh, you have to keep it running the whole time. Okay. Oof. Okay. I actually thought that we might have a chaining problem here this time, but I thought I was going to have another day to research some things on this. Okay. I don't pass in any phase settings. I just pass in program. And let's see here. I build up a bunch of consumer pairs. Am I using a new enough version? Consumer collection. Oh, come on. Locking collection of. Just need to remember what the arg structure of this is. We have an add. Have a. Okay. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I would have refit this before. I get this code to not. There we go. Now it'll compile. Oh, but I don't need that anymore. All right. So da 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 da. Okay. Uh. Okay. Those are those, and we prime the first one. 0. And now I need to set up my threads. And each one of them gets a pair from this. Just to make this easier. So basically, I am just going to put everything in the list twice. It's going to be clear why I'm doing that here in a minute. Threads. Ask. Oh no. It's been so long since I used the thread API, I don't even remember how it works. Run right away, they do not. Oh no, they capture. They capture. I will find out. Oh, what is parameterized thread start? Oh, okay. Uh, output times. Base settings is first instruction. Okay. Gonna off X. Run. So we're going to send collection dex as its input. And for output, we sell it to output to the next one. And because we put all of them in the list twice, the one after the last one is the first one, which will make it loop. And then we simulate until we exit. And then add have that. Threads. So we just join all the threads. And there should be first one should have an output on it. This is all gonna explode in my face. Alright. I somehow have this feeling that we're going to have computational these are going to take way too long to run. But due to the way this int code machine, well, and of course we just, right, oh, and we never started them. All right. Boom, we just started our process. Awesome. Okay, what stupid thing did I do? There's potential for a lot of stupid things here. Let's just make sure I didn't screw up something simple with my thread handling. Yeah, we're terminating fast. In fact, the only thing I can think of here is that happened. Then we're Stack Overflow. There. Probably should have just put all these in. Okay, so it's somewhere in the threads, which makes sense. Because, yeah. What I don't get is how we're Stack Overflowing, though. Right? Isn't that what it said? Unhandled exception, Stack Overflow. Calling recursive. This. Wait, we don't even act that out for the moment. Yeah, we are crashing badly. What am I doing? I'm doing something incredibly stupid here. But, oh, max stack size. That's not what I wanted. Does start what passes the thing? Oh. Yeah. Postfix. It's just all ugly. Okay. That. 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 Oh, now I have to actually run the simulation instead of just running a bunch of threads. Wait a second. How big is that number? Let's just long. I just saw a negative number, which was odd. Oh, okay, it still crashes. Or it still gives me a negative. Oh, because I didn't change values. So count is now 10 and 5. Oh, I'm getting numbers that are. Yeah. Well, I'm getting numbers. Alright, let's turn. Seven, 6, 5. Yeah, so I'm not getting the same. I'm not getting this. I'm supposed to get looping at $0.04. I put in base setting that we're using. If we're looking at 0, I also feed in a 1. And then we're in business. Sorry, I'm feeding a 0 and then business. Take input from context, which is right. Send it to next one down the line. Last one on the end, root back. Let's just simulate the one that we know we need. Let's debug from there. Wait, we have to have written an output from 0 before we can write an output from 1. Right, before that in. Okay, so we spit a 5 out, which lets that chain on. We did that. That. Oh, hey, wait, I'm getting the right value now. What? Are you telling me that I botched one of these things here? Five. Call it with initial data. Program. Okay, I'm feeling like a real idiot here. What am I missing? 98765. 98765. I'm getting different values, which implies that some of my state is carrying over, which it absolutely should not be. Initial setting 765. Settings this. Because if the program was leaking between them, we'd have lots of other problems. Here, let's try this. We'll just run it twice and we'll see if we get the answer. Not. Okay, I am screwing something up here. I call run thruster chain. Takes program. Does not modify program. What the heck? This is really stupid, but if this... I have to dig into this. Nope, I'm still getting different values successive times I run it. If I run it a few more times, does it change? It doesn't, then it converges on that. It's almost like there's something... Okay, so then if I run it... Can I run it with a given set of values? Um... Almost like there's some leftover data sitting here. Making new collections every time. What the heck? What? It's like somehow the first time I run it, I get a different answer with the correct answer, but then every other time I run it, I get the wrong answer. Okay, so those are the same both times. And the program is the same both times. So the things are the same both times, and yet somehow I get different answers. What am I doing here? Gotta be this weird, something's up with the way I'm doing threads. Okay, so they start in slightly different orders each time, but that shouldn't matter. Because I load the index. Always that one? Huh. Why does the fourth one start? And even if it does, why does it matter? Ah, that's why it matters. I can't do this inside. So the order matters because one of the times through this was running in a wrong order, and so the value coming from the phase value was coming in after the input value. Now we should get the same one every time. Do. Alright, so now let's rip out my debugging lines. Leave that one in check. But now for the first one, get 13966. Second one, we get that. Wow, I'm going to be really behind on this. And it's because I got myself tripped up with some clever little threads. Ugh. And thing is I told myself, hey, I I think I even mentioned on the thread where my coworkers and I were chatting about this the other day. It's like, I bet we're gonna have to do a version of this where we have to chain them together. And I was like, nah, it's probably not gonna be till next week sometime. I got some time before I can sit down and write this. Anyway, um, there's also, in addition to, so I'm using Blocking Collection to handle that. There's actually an async version of this, which I don't recall what it is, so I was actually gonna look it up. I think there is. I think there's an async version of producer collection. This? Concurrent queue I think would work for this. The blocking one is useful if you've got producers and consumers that are going at dramatically different rates. Well, specifically, if you have producers that are outrunning consumers, because a blocking collection has an argument here that lets you set a bounded capacity. And if you get more than this many items in the collection, trying to add another will block. So I've had good luck with you've got some process that runs pretty fast and then several slow processes reading from it. You put this in the middle. It's effectively like a buffering pipeline thing. It means that your first process, your producer, can't get more than X elements ahead of the consumers, where X is whatever value you pass here plus one. Because the producer could have created an extra one, tried to insert it, and blocked being able to insert it. So, yeah. So the nice way to do this would have actually been, instead of cooperating threads, do cooperating tasks, chain them together with like concurrent queue, something like that. I may work that up tomorrow. But yeah. So like I knew this was coming and I didn't prepare for it, and I could have. I got so many points tonight if I would have actually bothered to write that code. So it turns out I am both competitive and lazy. Yeah. So what did we? Yeah, second start didn't close till 30, and I finished at about 45. And I don't know how long of it was spent debugging this stupid thread ordering thing, because I put the collection inits inside the threads instead of outside because I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I thought we were gonna have to do something where I would run the same program multiple times and feed inputs and outputs into each other. Ugh, just kicking myself now that I didn't think to try to build that. Anyway, yeah, this falls into the classic problems of this kind of competition, or this kind of thing that are fun. They're a little puzzly. They're not just. I mean, they're the opcode computer is a simulating thing, but it's a clever puzzle into how do I connect the parts together that I need to do it, assuming I've already got a working opcode computer. Basically do. It's not the world's fastest thing. I actually saw somebody who made like a cross compiler for this integer opcode thing to Rust, but of course it doesn't support the opcodes. The data, or treated the opcodes as data. So the fact that we could treat anything as data, meaning that you can't, like, you could change what a variable refers to, you could change what an opcode is while the program's running, makes it very hard to build a compiler for it. Which makes me wonder whether we're actually going to get one of those optimized ones this year, and if we do, I think it's going to be really, really hard. But, I guess we'll see where that lands. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Yeah, I could have done better, but I guess I say that after like every single night, so whatever. Anyway, good night.